Welcome to the Editor's Note Comics Podcast.
I think that this world, it needs men that are willing to make the hard call.
Central Maine's best comics podcast, by default.
Ain't no thing like me, except me.
Here are your hosts, Zach and Jared.
Maps come with me. No. When do we start?
Welcome back to the Editor's Note Comics Podcast, Central Maine's... Oh, wait, it already says it in the intro.
Well, I mean, we can remind people that this is Central Maine's best comic book podcast.
By default.
Well,
Which also I've learned, A, not true. There are other people who do comic book podcasts in this area.
But
B,
still, I think
there's another shop technically in Central Maine.
Yes.
But I'm still going to claim this fake thing that I've named for myself.
That's reasonable, fair, and I understand it.
Look, as long as we don't revisit the libel laws, I'll be fine.
I'm not going to get involved in that. I'm not a lawyer. I have seen episodes of Boston Legal, though, and Law and Order, so I have a good idea of how the legal system works.
And I saw Ally McBeal.
Oh, Ally McBeal.
I remember that dancing baby.
That's upsetting. I feel sick.
And when they fired Robert Downey Jr.
That's back when he was a drug addict. By the way, speaking of dead, or sick, being sick, you feeling better now?
Where did the dead thing come from?
You pretty much claimed to be dead. You said you came back to life.
Yeah, that was right after I was sick with whatever the throat thing was. I caught the flu. I actually left the store. I got coverage.
Wow. I had the flu too. The week previous. Maybe I brought you the flu. Maybe it was my gift to you.
You could have. I was delirious, out of it, scared, alone, afraid, and most of all, wet.
That to me is a slow Wednesday.
No, I'll repeat the same story I just told you. I woke up Saturday night.
Yes.
Like, my fever finally broke on Saturday.
Break it down.
And I woke up in my bed just in a pool. I was so delirious.
So wait. The way you said it, you woke up in your bed in a pool. Was your bed in a pool? Was it like floating?
I made the bed a pool.
Oh, you turned the bed into a pool. It wasn't like your bed was in a pool like someone was playing some horrific prank on you where you just ended up in a pool.
It's like 3 a.m. I wake up. I'm delirious. And in my brain I go, did I get drunk, take a shower, and then not towel off? Because that's the only rational explanation for why there's this much water in the bed.
That also is part of my slow Wednesday. Casual Wednesday at my house.
The term drenched in sweat, I feel, gets thrown around a lot.
Are you throwing it around right now as a...
No, I reclaimed it.
Oh, you made it your job?
Took it back.
Took it back.
Take
it back now.
It was rough.
Well, I'm here for you.
To get me sick?
Yes, that's
thanks. Just what I always wanted. You know what I'm going to do for us? I think. I haven't fully decided yet.
Okay, what's that?
But I think I'm going to take a print ad out.
What, really?
Yeah.
All right, now we're talking.
In a comic.
Ooh, wow.
For the show.
Yes, please. What comic?
It's more what company.
Oh.
I don't know. I looked into it a little bit. The rates are pretty reasonable, and I thought it'd be funny.
Why not?
Because you don't see enough print ads for podcasts.
That would be awesome.
You don't.
We should, too bad we couldn't get someone to do some art of you and I and a microphone.
Well, I already have art.
Oh.
I already paid for art once.
But art of you and I, for podcast art.
I think I'm going to throw an ad together and submit it. We'll see.
Oh, wow. That's exciting news. Thank you, Patreon subscribers, for helping provide us with the money to create a print ad.
Believe me, it's cheap. If it wasn't, I wouldn't.
Well, fair enough.
Or I can make it a personal ad for you.
Like those old 90s comics you gave me, you fill out this questionnaire and you have a chance to win some prize.
Like, local internet celebrity.
That's me.
No criminal record.
Does a speeding ticket count?
No.
That's me.
Those also go away. Have you gotten one recently?
Less than a year ago.
Oh, okay.
In Vermont.
Well, that's right, you did. Yeah, yes. Well, actually, you know what? You are a criminal.
That's me.
But I think that's the thing I'm going to do.
Oh, wow.
Is take out a print ad for the show.
Can I see it before you send it? Although, probably, you could, write one that, tears me down and send me, a nice one, and then, put the mean one in the...
How much work do you think I'm going to put into this?
That's a good point. You're pretty damn lazy. Although you took enough time to put small Editor's Note Comic Podcast logos over the duck tits.
Yeah. I'm sure no one thought that was as funny as I did.
There are some people I thought that found it humorous. I appreciate the effort put forth.
But preamble aside, let's get into the news.
Yes.
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
It's time for the news.
We're going to miss it because it's not happening until tomorrow. Tomorrow
Oh.
being the day that I edit the show, and then the day after where the show comes out to the masses.
Dirty Laundry.
But there should be a Dark Tower trailer out by now. It's going to come out with Guardians.
Ah.
And that movie's out in a couple of months, and this is the first anything, so that's a bad sign. But we'll see how the trailer looks. I want it to be good. At this point, when you're listening to the podcast, it's out in the world. Go watch it, I guess.
Yes.
I'll let you know what I think next week. I read all the books.
I can't read.
That's fair. Speaking of things based on books,
Oh boy, more reading.
Jurassic World 2. You see who they got?
No, I didn't.
Goldblum's back, baby.
Yes, I should have guessed. I probably could have guessed it would be Tim.
It's a pretty easy one.
John, when Pirates of the Caribbean breaks down, the pirates don't eat the tourists.
That's your goal. Okay. I'll take it.
It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
We just have to say a lot, and I
Yeah,
get I get that someone's doing a Goldblum.
John, must go faster. Must go faster.
Yeah, Goldblum's back, baby.
Dr. Ian Malcolm
Whatever. I mean,
for Jurassic World 2.
yeah.
All right. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, no, it should
I'd
be.
like a little John Hammond. I'd like a little,
Well, he's dead.
oh.
He's been dead a while.
He also dies in the book, so.
But
Did you ever read Jurassic Park?
I never did.
It's a really good book. For a guy like me who doesn't read a lot, I really enjoyed it.
But since Richard Attenborough is dead, I just watched a movie he directed a couple days ago.
Oh.
I watched Chaplin. Really good.
Also with Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, I'm really up on the current pop culture. Like, you see that movie from 1992? Tight.
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is really good in that as Chaplin.
Yeah, he got an Oscar nod. It's really
Yes.
good. It's a good flick. And I was like, who directed this? I'm like, Richard Attenborough.
They spared no expense.
Really young Marissa Tomei in that.
Yes. Makes sense that she'd be
You're
really
just
young, but
Confirm.
you remember like looking at me like, wow, she's really young. I can't believe how young she looks for her age. Oh wait a minute, this was like
in
a long
92.
92.
Sorry, I got derailed there. But since Richard Attenborough is, in the great beyond,
Good for him.
he's going to have a brother in this movie, played by James Cromwell.
He was the farmer in Babe. He also played for us geeks. He played Zephram Cochrane. He also played
He
in
did 2 episodes.
two
too.
episodes, yeah.
He played 3 different characters in Next Generation.
Yes, he did. Oh, he was also the warden in The Green Mile.
Yep. But yes, we'll see what that is. He was a mystery character, but apparently he's going to be John Hammond's brother. And that's my Jurassic World news.
InGen.
Speaking of sequels of things that started back in the 90s, you know what's getting a sequel?
Give me a hint.
Oh, it's Unbreakable.
Is it Unbreakable?
It is.
All
That was a
right.
good hint.
Thank you. That's a good job. We should be on like the $25,000 pyramid. If that show was ever on, you should just be like items
It's
that
Unbreakable.
items that rhyme with cat. It's a cat. Good job.
Yeah, there's going to be a sequel called Glass.
Glass is breakable though.
Well, Samuel L. Jackson's character,
Oh,
Mr. Glass.
but glass is breakable.
Yes, it is.
Just saying.
Did you not see that movie?
I did not see Unbreakable.
Okay, so this was... I went in assuming a thing.
Was it a good movie?
It has its issues.
Don't use
but,
Zach
yeah.
standards. Use like layman standards. Would I enjoy it?
Yeah,
Okay, that's all I need to know. I don't need a full breakdown on the.
it makes a lot of false impressions about comic books.
I don't need breakdowns of the aspect ratio or the lens usage or the shot construction. I just want to know, is it an enjoyable feature movie?
But I'm going to give away a spoiler for a movie that came out in the winter.
Oh yes, please.
So this is also a sequel to the movie Split that James McAvoy won, because that takes place in the Unbreakable universe. None of this matters to you.
No.
I made an assumption you had seen that movie.
Always split nines when you're playing blackjack.
I should have. I should prep you ahead of time.
Split nines, don't split tens. That's my degenerate gambling advice. Well, I'm probably wrong. You probably should never split nines either, because that's 18. That's a winning hand. Why would you split a winning hand? Split sevens. I don't know. All in.
Don't gamble. That's what I'm learning.
Well, you know what? Why don't you dial up 1-800 go yourself?
That's neither good nor bad news, I guess, until we see it. I haven't seen any of the recent M. Night Shyamalan movies. Apparently they're getting better again, but...
Did you like Signs?
No.
Why didn't you like Signs? Too much coincidence?
I thought the reveal was stupid. I thought the woman trapped under a car and giving advice from the future was stupid.
Just swing, Meryl.
I thought the tinfoil hats were stupid.
Well, those, yes.
And I mean, I mean, there are the obvious ones that people are so like, why couldn't they figure out doorknobs? Why would they come to a planet that's like 75% water? Yes, those are very
Why?
fair complaints.
How did he get out if he had no fingers after his fingers were cut off? I also...
No, I never
You gotta go out
liked
there
it.
and yell with rage and swear, I am full with rage! It's time for an ass whipping!
You have seen this movie far more recently than I have.
I remember the first time
That's
I
what
saw
I
it, I was spending the night at my then girlfriend's
Ooh.
house. And
You're telling me the wrong details. I don't care about watching a crappy movie.
well, no, I had to sleep in the living room, and it was the reflection off the TV. I woke up in the middle of the night and saw reflections in the TV. Of course, that's the reveal for the alien, so I was like freaking out.
Good news.
I like good news.
Good news because it's bad news for someone else. Do you like a Master of the Universe? A He-Man?
Yes, by the power of Grayskull.
I never really watched that show. No opinion.
That's because it was that wasn't Hanna-Barbera. It was Hanna-Barbera. That's why.
I mean, I don't think I'd like it, but Mick G was supposed to direct it, and he's out.
Aw,
Mick G should direct nothing.
Mick G.
He's the worst.
Mick G should get a real name.
Yes, I know. I spent a lot of years not ever saying his name out loud. How?
Mick G. If you're so pretentious that you can't have a full last name,
You doing anything on May 16th?
is that Mother's Day? No,
No,
Mother's Day.
No, this is a Tuesday.
Probably have a track meet.
Well, too bad, because Logan is coming back to theaters in black and white, baby.
Oh, wow.
Logan Noir.
That would be interesting.
It's going to be out on Blu-ray, that's how I'll see it.
Yes, it'd probably be like a Blu-ray option.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's going to be included with it, so it'll be easy.
That's much easier and cheaper,
Yeah,
considering we're going to the movies like a bunch.
I know. There's a lot of stuff I'm like, oh, that sounds interesting. I'm not doing it. This week, Ridley Scott.
Yes, so I'm guessing this is alien news.
It is alien news.
Okay.
Look, there was another prologue video. You can go watch it. It's fine. Setting up Alien Covenant. But
Yeah, I saw bits and pieces of it on the internet.
the more interesting news to me is Ridley Scott said that Neil Blomkamp's proposed Alien 5 is officially dead.
Ah,
The original idea for this was going to be a sequel to Alien and Aliens, ignoring all of Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection and bringing back Ripley and Hicks and Newt, who are all unceremoniously killed in the opening credits of Alien 3.
oh, well, good for them that they come back to life.
Well, that movie's not happening, so I guess we're going to have to live with a couple of bad sequels.
Oh,
Or in my world, they didn't happen.
oh.
I just watched Aliens the other night. I'm just going to talk about movies I watched the other night.
You had a busy night the other night, it seems like.
There were separate nights.
Well,
Actually,
you were sick. You had nothing better to do.
there were 3 nights because Chaplin was really long. Actually, so was Aliens. They're both like, whatever. Man, that's one of the best damn movies out there.
Chaplin or Aliens?
Aliens.
Ah, that's the first one.
Second
one. Aliens.
Aliens, because there's plural aliens,
There are more of them.
and they mostly come out at night.
If we had $1 for every time you made that comment on the show, we would have like
Mostly.
$100.
That's fair. And last bit of news.
Yes,
That was a light news week. I don't know how to draw this out.
that's okay. We can just go with it.
All right, I'm going to just do one word at.
Fleeka?
Good luck reading my handwriting.
Flecka?
It's an E.
Oh, Fleeka. Oh, Ika?
According to a teaser video,
Elektra.
it looks like Elektra is
Oh.
going to be returning in the Defenders TV
Because
show.
it totally looked like Fleeka retiring.
Fleeka is retiring.
I was like, well, Fleeka must be like a famous artist or story writer or something of comics. Nope, totally got that wrong. Elektra is returning.
Also retiring. But yeah, it looks like she's going to be in the Defenders series. Whatever, bring her back. That's fine. Happened in the books.
We like Elektra. Elektra Nachos.
Yes, Elektra Nachos. Definitely pronounced that correctly. Not missing any syllables.
Nachos.
Closer, but somehow further away.
Nachos. Nachoas.
Now,
Samsonite. It was here all along. I feel like an idiot.
oh man, you know what I should have looked up and didn't? Eisner nominations were announced today. Congratulations to everyone who was nominated. I should have looked that up for news on the comic book show, but I didn't think. Tuesdays are very busy days for me.
Tuesdays suck. Tuesday's gone.
Ooh, that's a
Long song.
not my cup of tea.
Nah, it's okay. It's not for everybody.
But I guess that'll do it for the news. We are going to get in to Jared's reading corner.
Jared's Reading
I
Corner.
was gonna say, are you going to repeat
Well,
What was I saying? Okay.
I'm responding to questions about the track meet from other coaches. It's kind of like a common courtesy. If they had a question, you answer it after the track meet.
Theme.
It's Jared's Reading Corner.
Jared's Reading Corner.
I already said it twice, thrice.
3 times a lady.
But this week, what we're going to be talking about is the 2008 revival of Guardians of the Galaxy in comic book form.
Yes. What do you want? Like some sort of like fanfare? Like,
Sit the down. I'm about to give you some knowledge. Gonna drop it hard.
I am sitting.
All right. But is it the down?
Sure. I had to like look and see.
Originally, the Guardians of the Galaxy appeared in Marvel Superheroes number 18 in 1969. But were these the characters that you know and love today?
I'm going to say no.
They were not.
Ah, see, I was right.
No,
Is that because I'm sitting the down?
yes.
Excellent.
No, these were characters from the 31st century.
That's a long ways off.
It is, and yet somehow most of them originated in the 20th century, as we'll find out. But from all we've seen so far in the film, Yondu was originally one of the Guardians of the 31st century and didn't interact with any of the new ones at all, but that was something they changed for the film.
Yeah, because Yondu is like the blue guy with the little arrow.
Yes, the blue guy with the little arrow.
Ah!
You've learned so much.
I've come a long way in the last year.
Well, not an improvement.
Thank
in
you.
improving fashion.
Oh, wow. I think that's the first time you've actually like given me a compliment, like ever, or approved of me. I feel very fulfilled.
But I'm going to throw some things at you, and then we'll get into the story, and then
Oh,
I'll
no,
throw
not-
more things at you.
Not the beatings again.
Following the Annihilation Conquest in 2008,
That's the big space war.
that was a big old space war.
I knew it. Were there dinosaurs?
No, not enough dinosaurs.
Oh.
Dan Abnett and Andy Lanning, a creative team who worked together for many, many years and now hate each other, rebooted Guardians of the Galaxy, the team that we know and love and adore. And I already said that thing today. Whatever. Yeah,
Real committal to that.
I am.
Attaboy.
I both know and love it. It ran for 25 issues, and this was essentially the book that the new film series is based off of. And then the series, this book was dead. And then they said, like, we're doing Guardians of the Galaxy. And everyone was like, what the hell is Guardians of the Galaxy? Because no one read this when it was coming out.
These guys.
That's why it only lasted 25 issues. That was, could be worse.
Could be.
But the team was resurrected yet again after the movie announcement, and now there has been a ton of Guardians comics.
Well, people like them. People like the Guardians.
They do. Oof, that was a rough breath of Coors Light I just got to the face.
I tried to contain most of it, too.
Oh,
It was
that was
delicious.
up my nostrils.
You know what I hate is after you trim or file back your fingernails, opening a can. Oh, I was left-handed. I usually don't use. I'm very right-handed. Can't remember the last time I opened a can with my left hand.
But with that background information on Guardians of the Galaxy, what happened in this book?
Okay.
Reading corner away.
So we start with the.
Are you ready to start? Okay.
Yeah.
Engage.
I am. If you would shut the hell up. Why don't you sit the down and I'll throw some things at you, sir?
Is it knowledge?
No, it's complete.
Well, I don't want to.
This is total regurgitation. We get a debriefing from Peter Quill, Star-Lord. Jason Quill. Peter Jason Quill. Star-Lord.
God, we're off to a good start. What?
I didn't get any on the book that you're trying to sell. And none of it came out of my mouth. Why are you so shocked by the sound I just made?
Oh, it was gross.
It wasn't pleasant.
So it took me a while to get you to stop eating on the show. Now I have other things to worry about.
Yeah, I eat before the show. Now I'm just gonna engage in other bodily functions. It starts with burn the unbelievers. They're the Church of Faith, pretty much, and it operates and they get their power from people believing in things. But there's a nice big splash page of fighting. It's the Universal Church of Truth. There we go.
Yep, it is. And we're getting this story told to us a little disjointed. We're seeing these weird little, what looks like video debriefings.
Yes.
And characters kind of breaking down. They thought things were going well, but then they weren't.
Well, this big fight is going on. It's kind of almost like a flashback. But they're talking about forming a group to help kind of be like a proactive task force to help protect the galaxy.
Which is very different from what we see in the film. This is Star-Lord stepping up and saying, like, hey, we need to make sure that we prevent any of these future atrocities from happening, compared to the movie where they're like, let's make some cash. The green.
And so it goes back to the middle of the fight, and they're trying to come up with a name for their group, to which Rocky Raccoon was a song.
Yeah, that's what he's named after.
But he's Rocket Raccoon in the comics.
Yes, but the song was the inspiration for the character.
Yes. He came up with a name. I liked it. Ass Kickers of the Fantastic. You know what? That could be a subtitle for our podcast. Jared and Zach. Ass Kickers of the Fantastic.
I feel like they already took that one.
Whatever.
That would be a better name.
It would be a lot better. That could be if you ever did another story, it'd be like Ass Kickers of the Fantastic.
But
so
we're kind of introduced to a series of
different characters.
New and old characters alike.
I like how you're pushing this forward.
We don't need to go like panel for panel.
Yeah, true. Rich. Who that? I mean, you didn't really explain who Rich was. Richie.
Richard Rider, who helps form the team. He is Nova. We saw the Nova Corps.
Of Nova Squadron?
Yeah, we saw... Basically, he's space police. He gets to have a sentient helmet that he wears, and he flies around, and he's basically Marvel's answer to the Green Lantern.
Well, I did see he was talking about being the only space cop left, and he wanted to make sure he picked the right people.
Yeah, they all...
So he's like, oh, well, Peter,
you can... It's the whole thing.
Peter, you can, like, make your own team of people who can die easily, and I'll form up Nova Squad again.
So, some of these team members, because I'm going to hit you with some people.
Ooh, yes.
Wait,
can I try and see if I can name all the team members?
Well, I'm just hitting you with the ones that aren't as known, or are much different from the...
Well, as known, there was, I can't remember off the top of my head. Who's the green girl that can, like, read your thoughts?
Mantis.
Yes, Mantis. She's going to be in the movie. I knew that.
She's going to be in the movie. Mantis is a character that I should have spent a lot more time researching, because I didn't know how deep that rabbit hole was going to be.
Yes.
Mantis was a character that was introduced in 1973 in Marvel Comics, and then went to DC Comics, took a quick trip over to Eclipse Comics, then Image got the rights to her, and then she went back to Marvel.
Was she ever an Amalgam?
No.
That's good for her.
Think so.
Smart. Good career move. Good choice.
Even though we see her as like this, what we assume is a green alien character in the Guardians book, she was originally a half Vietnamese, half German prostitute.
Explains why she went around from comic to comic.
Jesus. After a pregnancy that she had with an alien, it started to affect her kind of physiology, and that's what made her change. And then she went to space, and then she was on the Avengers.
Why do I feel like if I had a pregnancy with an alien, my physiology would change too?
Her history is so weird. I don't usually see a character getting passed around that much. There's usually a bunch of legalese behind it, but it's just weird. So Mantis is a character that...
It's telepathic.
Look, for the sake of the movie, she has some precognitive abilities and can sense the feelings of others.
Yes.
Just go with that.
I like it.
Ignore the whole Time at Eclipse Comics thing.
Okay, that's probably... Yeah. Warlock. We had Warlock. I remember that name.
Yep, Adam Warlock. And he has been hinted at in both Thor, The Dark World, and in Guardians of the Galaxy. He hatches out of a cocoon when he goes into heal, and he comes out of a cocoon. We saw the cocoon in Thor, The Dark World, and then in the Guardians movie, we saw the cocoon had been broken out of. So I wouldn't be surprised if we either will see him in this movie or in upcoming ones. Like everyone else in space who's important, he originated on Earth.
Well, we are the center of the universe.
A group called the Enclave makes an artificial perfect human, and...
His name is Jared.
No, they named him Adam.
Oh, okay.
But...
Yes?
And this might be important for the movie, I wanted to throw that there. He does get... And this is the reason why I think he might show up at some point, because this is the only Infinity Stone that's left. He is gifted with the Soul Gem from the High Evolutionary. I'm not getting into the High Evolutionary.
No, it sounds like there's a lot there.
Yeah. So that might be a connection to the Soul Gem. I also have a theory about the Soul Gem. I told you this last week. I just keep forgetting to bring it up.
Yes.
Speaking of movies I had watched recently.
Yes?
I do other things with my life.
Not really. Let's not lie. You run a store and you come home and you eat and watch movies.
In the mornings I do yard work.
Okay, so you wake up, you do yard work, you run your store, you come home and you eat and watch a movie. And drink some whiskey.
Yeah.
That's your day, right there.
Basically summed
6
it
days
up.
a week. And on Sundays... You wake up, do yard work, and drink whiskey.
I don't have that much whiskey in the week, but yes.
Well, you go shopping for the next week's whiskey.
And just so we're clear, it's for financial reasons, not health.
That's so sad. On multiple levels. If money were no object, you would have no liver.
Oh, yeah. But in Thor the Dark World, Thor was talking to Idris Elba's character, Heimdall, and he mentions that he can see like 10 million souls from where he is. I'm like, that's a weirdly specific line about souls. So I think that we might see the soul gem in Thor Ragnarok, actually. But Adam Warlock is potentially going to be the one with the soul gem, and his whole deal is he flies and can shoot energy. He's fine. Don't worry about it.
Yes. Quasar. Please tell me about Quasar.
That is a title. It has been many characters, and this revamp of the Guardians, it's... Oh, God, I hate pronouncing. Phyla-Vell. Phyla-Vel. Basically, the bracelets that she's wearing kind of pass on the power. There's only one that's ever one Quasar at a time. Basically, just go with energy manipulation. They make her fly with energy manipulation.
We like energy manipulation.
We do. And because everyone apparently is the offspring of something or artificially created on this team, she is the artificially created offspring of Captain Mar-Vell.
Not Captain Marvel.
Mar-Vell.
Mar-Vell.
The Kree, yeah.
That's specific.
I got a thing.
I'm smart for you. Wait a minute. What do you mean? I'm smart. I'm proud of you.
I'm smart at you.
Yes.
So going back to the story, the team, they live in the head of nowhere like we saw in the movie, and
Yes.
they're going to go on a mission where they see what?
Oh, the shield of Captain America.
The frozen shield, his mighty shield.
His mighty shield. His impenetrable shield.
I forget how that song goes. It's the old Captain America like cartoon theme song.
Yes.
Captain America throws his mighty shield.
Okay.
Something,
well,
something.
let's leave that
have
in the
to
70s, please.
yield.
Or 70s, 80s. Let's push that back a little bit.
Yeah, who the hell knows?
No, I mean, like, let's just push back, like, the thought of you singing.
We won't. I'll do it often.
Okay. So the next episode, hey, 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 hey,
It's an issue.
smoke it every day. Starts off with everyone getting ready to fight. Of course, don't forget, we have Star-Lord. He was in the movie. Gamora.
Basically unchanged in both those cases. It's
Drax.
essentially the same. Drax is different.
Yes, as you told me.
Yep. Drax, although the movie tells you he's an alien race, in the comics, he is a human. And his profession? Saxophonist.
That's
Saxophoner.
I call it
Jazzman.
the sexy phone myself.
No, you don't.
No, but I mean, if played right, look out.
I feel like that could be like an old, like, 1990s call-in thing. Call the sexy phone, and then they have some saxophone in the background.
Yeah.
And then you...
Playing Careless Whispers,
And then you're paying, like, for the minute.
$1.99 a minute.
Oof.
Then we have-
The short version is...
Yes, please tell me more. I need knowledge.
The Kree were coming to Earth, and they were spotted by Drax and his family who were driving the car. They said, hey, we can't allow that, so they blew up the car. And Drax's wife and daughter were supposedly killed. And then Drax's essence was taken and put into a new upgraded body.
I like my essence to be put in a new upgraded body. That'd be nice.
Yep, and he was filled with rage and anger, and eventually ends up punching Thanos through the heart.
Oh, good for him.
Like-
Way to step up to the Mad
Like out of the
Titan.
back, through the chest. Boom, heart.
Step up and
It's a good time.
stand out against the Mad Titan.
Originally, he could fly and could shoot energy blasts from his hands because, energy manipulation is a big thing.
Yes.
And funny enough, his issue of Origin, he shares it with Thanos, which makes that book extra pricey.
Ooh,
In
lots of money.
in Iron Man 55.
Would you, if you had to look like Drax with green skin and red tattooing, but you got to have his body where he's just absolutely chiseled, would you do it?
Would the body stay or would I have to maintain it?
The body would stay.
Then yeah, sure.
You'd be green.
Yeah. It's like, could I eat cake?
Yes, you could have all the cake you
But
wanted.
that's fine.
Okay. But you'd have to do 10 push-ups a week.
I feel like if anyone like what superpower would you have? Like, I would have the best metabolism. That would be my superpower.
I'd like to be Metabolism Boy.
Can eat what I want and it's fine. Drax's daughter survived and became the Avenger and Defender, Moondragon, and now she's dead again. That's a whole thing.
Yes, she's dead for real this time.
It's comics, I'm sure she's not.
Well, I mean, in the moment, yes.
Yes.
Don't forget Cosmo.
Cosmo is a Russian space dog who can communicate telepathically. And that's all you need to know, and that's all you want to know, because that's just funny that he's a Russian space dog.
Yes.
Because before humans were sent into space, the Russians were sending up dogs.
Yes,
a
they
bunch
were.
of assholes.
Well, the dogs came back fine, mostly.
Not Cosmo.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but Cosmo can now talk.
In Soviet Russia, Cosmo ain't there.
No. In Soviet Russia, Cosmo does not fly the rocket flies Cosmo.
But Cosmo and Rocket Raccoon, they have kind of an ongoing feud because talking pets have to have ongoing feuds.
Yes. In fact,
And he was in the movie.
Rocket even says that talking pets give me the willies, says Rocket.
And he is in the movie. We see him a couple of times. He's wearing his spacesuit, but he's not talking. Not to say that he couldn't in the future.
It's fair.
They didn't explicitly go, hey, that dog can't telepathically communicate. He coulda. They just didn't say it. Because that's not usually a thing you have to say about dogs.
Yes. So anyway,
I think it'd be really funny if he just started talking and everyone's like, you can talk?
I want to know what my cat thinks sometimes. Funny story, I kid you not, I wake up this morning, my cat in my bathroom, on the toilet, drinking out of the toilet bowl.
Disgusting.
It's disgusting, but he thinks
Ew.
he's a dog. Like dogs drink out of the toilet bowl.
Mine doesn't.
I bet Kirby does when you're not looking. Or
No.
or do you put the seat down? Do you put the lid down?
He knows he's not allowed in the bathroom because he likes to eat the cat litter.
See, that's also very disgusting.
It is. That's why he's not allowed in the bathroom. He
I
knows
think-
that is the line he does not cross.
I think eating the cat litter is far more
it's
disgusting.
corn based.
He licks
It's corn.
He licks your face.
Yeah.
He licks my face.
Yeah, he does.
Ugh.
He's not allowed in the
My
bathroom.
cat doesn't lick me, and the water in the bowl is kind of clean as opposed to like cat litter.
What do you think happens in a toilet?
Yeah, but it flushes away. I mean,
Yes, that's why people clean their toilets, because of the cleanliness of the inside.
well, no, but I'm just saying. I feel like if somebody said you had to eat a spoon,
Cosmo's a Russian space dog.
if somebody said to you, you have to either eat a spoonful of this cat litter or a spoonful of clean toilet water, I'd bet you go with the clean toilet water.
What is the scenario where I'm choosing these things?
Life or death.
I guess I'll take death. If you're giving me these weird ultimatums, I feel like you're just going to escalate. Like, just...
Actually, I feel like if you like sipped a spoonful of clean toilet water, you'd get giardia and you would be like on the toilet for some time.
I feel like I'll just take death at that point. Like, you know what? Your weird ultimatums are only going to escalate. I don't want to see where this is going.
So you would rather die than have explosive diarrhea for 2 days, 3 days, maybe 4?
Look, if this is life or death, I don't know where this man is going to stop.
It sounds like this person is kind
It's
of...
not like he walked into my house, put a gun to my head, and said, I'm going to give you this one ultimatum, and then I'm going to leave.
That's true. He's like, if he'll do this, maybe he'll do something else.
Yeah.
What won't he do? So you'd let some guy just like put one through your temple if he starts giving you weird ultimatums?
Yes. The more bizarre, the quicker I say kill me.
What if at the end he's like, you know what? You passed all these tests. Here's $1 million. Wouldn't you feel dumb then?
Well, no, look, if he was like, go drink toilet water for $1 million, I'm like, all right, I'm on it. Like, do you want me to lick it clean? Because I will. I'll get in there.
And on that note, we find our heroes on an icy rock floating through the vicinity of the 5G Hydronus. Whatever that means.
Cosmic books, yo.
Yes. But they find out that it was not a good idea to engage with the guy with the shield. And they were also somehow on the front gate of the Avengers Mansion.
Yeah, there's some confusion here. How did the gate of the Avengers Mansion get here?
Yes.
Who's this man with a shield?
Yes.
What shield is... Well, we already identified what shield it is. But who's this guy with Captain America's mighty shield?
It's Vance Astrovic, the major victory of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
So, his whole deal. I'll be really curious to see if he pops up. Vance Astro, or Major Victory, is the leader of the Guardians in the year... Well, not the year, in the 31st century. But, like every alien in space, he originated on Earth.
Good for him.
He went into space in 1988, but he had his skin covered in adamantium to make it so the distance and time he was traveling, like, his body wouldn't decompose. Which, good for your skin, but what about the rest of him?
Yeah. His smooth skin with adamantium.
Yeah, and he has psychokinetic abilities, and like I said, is the leader of the future Guardians.
With Captain America's shield.
Yeah, it's a good time.
So they continue to fight, but he kind of like collapses. Drax grabs a hold of him, and they get out of there.
Drax is a sassy man in this.
Yes, he is.
He's much more of like funny literal character, more just like Wolverine in space.
I like it. So anyway, we fast forward a little bit more.
They bring Vance Astro back to nowhere, and he's like, I don't know who I am. I don't know what's going on.
Yes, he's all very confused. In the meantime, Rocket's really interested in the shield, wants to throw it around. Vance has no idea how he got to where he was, and then all of a sudden, Raker and the Cardinals of the Church of the Universal Truth or the Universal Church of Truth, rather, show up in a Dyson sphere, which was also in an episode of Star Trek The Next Generation. Relics, the one with Scotty.
Comes back around.
But a Dyson sphere, for those of you who might not be aware of what that is a theoretical, although in science fiction it's real, structure that surrounds a star and is like imagine Halo, but like with it all the way around the star, and it able to harness all the sun's energy for limitless energy. Solar energy, what a concept. I don't know why we don't think about that.
The corporations, man.
Although the sun hasn't really been out much recently, so...
Yeah.
I saw the sun today. Did you see the sun today?
I never see the sun.
I saw the sun today. I was confused. I felt like as though we've done something evil.
May surprise you that they have another big fight. Everything's going along fine. They're fighting the Church of the Universal Truth.
Until...
a man shows up.
Yes. He has claws, and this is Starhawk.
Yep, another Guardian from the future, although Vance Astro doesn't remember him. Starhawk? What the hell? I tried researching him, and that hurt my brain. I'm just going to go with...
Balancing your checkbook hurts your brain.
Do that.
See, because it hurts your brain.
I don't know, probably because I keep track of my finances on a daily basis.
Oh, well, it's kind of like balancing your checkbook.
My god, so Starhawk, let's just, if you want to keep it easy, just say that he found a hawk god and it transformed him into the hero Starhawk. And that's nice and easy.
It's pretty straightforward.
Except...
oh no.
a more elaborate origin is he is the son of one of the many Khazars. He's half human. Has the ability to time travel.
That's
But
convenient.
when he found this hawk god with his adoptive sister, they were sent into limbo, and then they became the hero Starhawk. They kind of switch roles in it, and when he is dormant, he becomes Starhawk. And then later they became separate entities so we could have children with his sister.
Oh, that's just really weird.
Heavy on the adoptive.
Oh, okay.
Not much better.
But tolerable.
Legal, but
Weird.
kind of a moral no-no.
It's, yeah. I guess tolerable is too strong of a word.
Looking at you, the Flash TV show.
Oh, boy. Calling you out, Flash.
Go into your feelings hallway and be sad.
Anyway,
They have a feelings hallway in that show. Like, everyone always, like, walks out of a room. Like, they're going into the feelings hallway. And then everyone stands there and talks. It's, like, happens 7 times an episode. The feelings hallway.
this sounds like a really bad confessional on like a bad reality TV show. I'm going to the feelings hallway and I'm going to spill my guts.
They don't call it. Whenever I see someone start walking down that hall, I'm like, yes, feelings hallway.
Ugh. Well, unfortunately for Warlock, he gets stabbed in the back by...
He's had better days.
Yeah. But fortunately for him, he has really good healing power. But he almost bleeds out.
You only read the first 3 issues. This does go for 25 in total.
But
Personally-
going forward, we know that, because it was foretold by
Mantis.
that somebody in the group will betray them and cause someone to die.
Reading this at the time and going back to it, I really love this run. There's a reason that people keep going back to it. There's a reason that this is why the movie was made. And I'm more knowledgeable about it now, but I mean, at the time I wasn't, because Marvel doesn't push it as hard anymore. At the time, Marvel was doing a ton of cosmic books, and it was like an entirely separate thing, and it was kind of hard to break into, but it, kind of eventually teased my way into it. I still don't understand a lot of the cosmic stuff. A lot of it is way out there.
Well, it's kind of fun world building. They can make names and words up, and there's no rules. They can make their own rules. Like, they don't have to necessarily like meet some of the rules, like things that are Earth based. You have to kind of meet some rules, but like in the cosmos, you can make anything up you want, and it can be just the way it is.
Yeah, the books now, Marvel is a lot more. They're not doing as much cosmic stuff, and the cosmic stuff they are doing is a lot more new reader friendly. If you're aware of Marvel like cosmic stuff, I highly recommend this. Going in and knowing nothing about Marvel cosmic, how is this impenetrable? I've really set you up as I'm like, is it unreadable? But no.
I wouldn't say it's unreadable, but it's confusing. I'm like, I was asking you questions like, who's that guy? What's going on here? What is this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the unfortunate, we didn't get into it, very early on in the run of this book, this was happening at the same time of the 2008 event Secret Invasion, and that even made its way into Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't need to be reminded of Secret Invasion. And it makes going back and reading stuff like this annoying when you have to be reading tie-in books.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, cool. That really detracts from what we're doing here. Reading about Secret Invasion. Yay. But I mean, Marvel's relaunched the book a few times now. I mean, even when they did their relaunch when the movie was announced, they brought Iron Man onto the team to make it even like more like Iron Man in space.
Yes.
Yeah, basically.
Well, I mean, it's bound to happen.
It was a good time. It was a good run.
Except for the time they got almost blown up in space. But that was in a movie.
Yeah, I'm sure that's happened many times
I've never almost been blown up in space
in the
before.
books. But if you're aware of Marvel Cosmic at all, I really do like this book. This is also, it stands more on its own. Like all of the New Guardians books are very based off of the movie, and the book has really changed because of the movie. Like the character of Star-Lord that we see in here, he's not like the super jokey guy. He's a much more
Serious.
Yeah, he's very somber and has this big sense of responsibility.
You know what he kind of came off? He came off as like a Richard Reed kind of guy to me. He came off as Mr. Fantastic.
Or
Rick Reed. Roger Reed?
Reed Richards.
Reed Richards.
But yeah,
Whatever. That R guy.
alliteration. It's Stanley.
Yes.
But I don't know. I think it's fun reading something that wasn't affected.
By the movie?
Yeah, and I mean, it's still affected by the cosmic stuff. Like, it was coming out of the Annihilation stuff, and then also, like I said, Secret Invasion. But
It's not a secret invasion if you tell me about it.
Secret Invasion was the idea that the Skrulls had been replacing people for years and years and years, and then they were all going to come out all at once, and you didn't know who was a Skrull and who was a real person, and
They're all replicants.
it was dumb, and people came back from the dead, and people got killed. It was
They are all replicants.
it was no good. Secret Invasion sucks. Don't read it. Never go back.
All right. Good to know. Someday you're going to make me read Secret Invasion.
No, I don't want to do that. It's boring.
Oh, okay.
It's not even like fun bad. It's just boring bad.
That's no good. I don't
Yeah.
like boring bad. I like fun bad, like Howard the Duck. I don't like bad bad.
But if you are interested in reading newer Guardians stuff, with the movie coming out this week, a new miniseries for Guardians started last week, 2 new miniseries started this week, and the start of an all-new ongoing. They are basically trying to make Guardians of the Galaxy as new reader-friendly as possible, with 4 different number ones coming out in a 2-week span. If you want to get onto Guardians, they are making it as easy as possible right now.
Perfect.
Including one of the minis being written by Jim Starlin, who's famous for doing a lot of the Cosmic Marvel stuff. Go check out some of the new Guardian stuff. It's 100% new reader accessible now. Only go back and check out the 2008 Guardians if you're a little bit aware of Marvel Cosmic. And your thoughts are things.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's impenetrable, but I think there's a lot of what's that or what's going on or where are they, but it was still enjoyable. I think you could still pick it up if you know.
The way I talk to people about like comics, and there's truth to it, but it's also a little bit of a cop. They're like, "Oh, where should I start?" And there are like answers like, "Oh, this is the really good stuff. This is the really good stuff." But sometimes I'm just like, just grab whatever. Think of reading comics like channel surfing. You might find something that you like, and if you really like it, you'll go back and try
watch older episodes.
You'll fill in the information later if it's something you're into. You don't have to.
Sometimes you're like,
I don't know. I don't look at comics necessarily as like, singular stories. Like I need to read point A to point B, and that'll be fine. I look at it more as channel surfing.
That makes perfect sense. Like when I got into Sons of Anarchy, I picked it up like season 5 of 7, like early season 5. But I went back and watched the beginning because I was like, and as I went, you could jump into it. You were like, kind of like, who's that? What's that? And you're kind of like trying to learn like what's going on.
Yeah, if you like it, you'll go.
Then
Find
you go
the
back and
information out,
watch
so-
the earlier episodes, and you're like, oh, that makes perfect sense. And you like, it's weird because you can go back and like rewatch it or reread it, and you pick up on things that you didn't necessarily see the first time that are like, oh wow, that makes sense now. Or like, oh wow, maybe that was accidental that they set that up, or maybe it was like part of the plan all along.
And even later in this book, like they try, even though it is a little bit heavy cosmic, Rocket will make fun of it later on, being like, "Oh, I hate cosmic stuff."
Yes. Well, in the beginning, Star-Lord makes fun of it. Like, this is going to be one of those weird alternate universe things.
Yeah, but I don't know. I say read it. It is really good. It's really, really good if you sit down and do the whole 25 issues. It does get cut off a little prematurely, but it does get followed up on later in other stories, so you don't feel like it's incomplete if you want to find everything, which isn't that hard to do. But that being said, we are moving on to our final segment of the show.
Letters to the editors.
Yeah, there we go. Just one smooth motion, in and out.
Lot of questions, number one. Damn few answers.
Here's another one of your letters to the editors.
Make it so.
This week, for a change of pace, because one of them is topical,
Oh, okay.
I'm going to do 2 letters.
What?
Actually, from the same guy.
Okay.
Because I think one of them is going to be really easy, and it's topical.
Okay, I like easy and topical.
What are you going to do for Star Wars Day?
Oh, May the 4th?
Yeah.
Nothing special.
Yeah, me either.
I might wear my Boba Fett shirt.
I'm going to go work in a comic book store.
Yeah, that's about it.
I'll be around Star Wars stuff.
What, Thursday? Yeah. Whatever happens, happens.
Oh, I threw this out on Twitter, and I'll throw it out in person too.
Yes.
Go pick up Poe Dameron has an ongoing series, and I recommend number 14 that came out this week. And what it is, there's a funeral for a character in that book, and you don't need to know the character, you don't need to know a damn thing, because all it really is it was written right after Carrie Fisher's passing, and Leia is heavily involved in the issue, and it's very touching.
Oh, okay.
So there we go. For Star Wars Day, I'll reread that thing that I read today. I mean, I won't, but
Well,
that's what else. It's a really...
just like rewatching that show the other night. You'll reread the thing you read the other day.
No, it is really good. So I will say for a Star Wars Day thing, if you're looking for a thing to do, like, you don't need to know the series, but picking up Poe Dameron number 14, it's a very bittersweet send-off to Carrie Fisher. It's actually very well done. I liked it a lot.
All right. Did you get glassy-eyed?
No, that's not the intent of it.
Oh, okay. Did you go, that was nice?
It's very bittersweet, but it's not meant to, like...
It's not meant to, like...
Yeah, you're not supposed to roll a tear. I think you're supposed to smile at it, not roll a tear.
Fair enough.
It's very well done. I really recommend it. I gave more of an answer than I thought I would.
Wow, good for you.
Well, I guess we don't need it. Question number 2.
I'm wearing a Boba Fett shirt. That's my answer.
Yeah, screw it. I said we're going to do the second one.
Okay. Are they related?
No. They were just... I had 2 emails.
Okay.
I appreciate people who send us emails with questions.
I like people who question me. Actually, wait, rephrase that. I like people who give me questions to answer.
I think you should like people to question you. Always be challenged.
I am always challenged.
Not the way I meant.
Oh, jerk.
Didn't mean it that way either. You took it.
Are you calling me? You said I was challenged.
I said you should want to be
Or no,
around
you're
people
like,
who
sit down.
challenge you.
What a jerk.
So misinterpreted. This is
Sick
why I
man.
don't text.
You don't text because you don't like interacting with people via the text message.
Yeah, it's not my thing. Different question.
Yes.
What are some movies, video games, TV shows, etc. that you would like to have carried on as a comic book series, excluding Buffy? And to that I say, stop excluding women, you sexist pig.
Wow. That's a strong retort, Zach.
The reason this is being brought up, I assume, and hey, cross-promotional plug, I do another show that's almost as popular as this one in a lot less time. You just sat up.
The Buffy back issue bin.
Yep, we're going through all of the Buffy and Angel comics that are canon chronologically. I enjoy it. It's a good time.
I enjoy this. This is a good time.
Actually,
This is the flagship show.
it is. The other one's not getting a print ad.
Yeah, damn straight. The other one's not trying to be sold commercially across the nation.
You know, I wish I could see where our numbers come in from. I do not get that information. I know that some hosting sites give that.
I know that we got a guy in Texas who listens.
Really stuck on Texas.
Hey, everything's bigger down there.
Given our numbers, we're definitely outside of the state, but I have no idea where.
Well, I mean, there are fewer than. I mean, there are more people that live in Maine than listen to our show.
Yeah, but I got to assume number-wise.
Fair enough. There are more people in our town that listen to our show. Actually, those are subscribers.
Yeah.
We get a.
I only know the number of average subscribers. But yeah, so I do another show every week. People seem to enjoy it, so I'm told.
Okay.
But things that you'd want to see continued as a comic series. And I'm going to put a little bit of an addendum on this because this is what makes the difference for me. Almost everything, I was thinking about this, I'm like, almost everything I like has been continued in one form or another. Like, everything gets sold as a comic book license, but then a lot of that stuff sucks. And the reason that something like Buffy works so well is the people who worked on the show work on the books. Keeps the tone the same, they already know the voice. Works really, really well. And I think that could be a big difference in something that I would consider canon to a story. It's something that's like, oh yeah, that's the thing you did. Or just something that's dumb fun, like we mentioned earlier, like I watched Aliens. I hate Alien 3. I'd like to see some kind of in-canon continuation of that story that isn't Alien 3.
Oh, you mean like Rocky Balboa ignores Rocky 5?
Basically does. I still count Rocky 5. Even though I do not like Rocky 5.
My ring is in the streets.
My ring's outside.
Rocky pretty much commits assault and battery.
He does. Sue me for what? Yeah, no.
Yeah, thanks, Polly, for ruining everything.
Because there was a robot. They ignore the robot.
Happy birthday, Polly.
Polly dates a robot?
Well, I mean, look at him. That's the best you could do, probably. He works in a meat plant and he dates a robot. No wonder he screwed up Rocky's finances.
But I mean, there's stuff I would love to see. And I mean, like I said, I'd love to see something of aliens, but there are a ton of alien comics out there. I haven't read them all. I don't know what I would count as canon. Like stuff like Star Wars, there's a very clear kind of Bible of what's canon, what's not. Especially now that it's all under Disney, they kind of got to restart it.
Yes. This is a really long roundabout answer.
What would I have one answer really for
Okay.
what I'd like to, because like everything I kind of like is kind of continued.
Okay.
Do you want to give an answer or do I give my real answer?
Give your real answer.
All right, my real answer, because I was thinking about this, because sometimes like things will end prematurely and I don't care, but something that ended prematurely it really kind of bummed me out, and this will come as a huge shock to anyone who listens to the show, but Ninja Turtles, the movies.
Ooh.
Because the first 3 happened when we were kids. And,
Yes.
you know, we all thought that was all said and done. But then in 2007, we got the CG one, which was a continuation of that story. And they had kind of a cliffhanger ending of, oh, the Shredder's coming back. But then Mirage got sold and to Viacom, so the sequel to that was completely scrapped. And there's kind of a cliffhanger. There were actually some comic books that helped fill in the gap. And I use that term very loosely because, quite frankly, they were done by in-house Mirage guys, but most of them are total garbage. That world already has a comic book connection, but I'd like to see what the plan was to make a sequel to that movie, because what originally started off as like a movie series that lasted for 4 years ended up becoming a movie series that lasted for 17. And I would like to see what the plan was to continue that.
To finish it off.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I like it. Good answer. It's a solid answer.
I don't know who I would want to do it. Like, if it would have to be like the writer-director who did the 2007 movie, or this will never happen, or the in-house studio guys, but I might not feel great about that because they really, the official movie prequel comics are awful.
So,
To be polite.
I'm going to say the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies.
Okay. Because there was a plan there.
There was a plan there, and I don't know. I wish that they had done more with the symbiote. I wish they had done more with Venom.
Mispronounce that.
What? The what?
You always say like symbiote, like symbiote.
Symbiote.
It's okay, don't worry about it.
Symbiont?
Yeah, not that.
Oh, symbiote.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever.
Symbiotic
Venom.
relationship, yes.
I wish they had done more with Venom. Like, I felt Venom was just kind of like shoehorned and crammed in there. Like, Eddie Brock is such a cool character. And I thought they could have done a lot more with that. Like, that would have been a great movie on its own. And, like, I don't know. The third movie is just, it didn't do it for me.
And there was originally, they had greenlit another 3 movies originally.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be a 6-movie franchise. So there were clearly plans that we talked about it last year.
The concept art. And
some of the concept art and storyboards that were released.
No, I would have liked to have seen that. I really liked Tobey Maguire, except for his crying. But I don't think anybody likes Tobey Maguire crying.
Or that he was supposed to be a high schooler.
Yeah, that also is probably hard to... Well, I mean, only for the first one.
Only for the first hour and a half.
Yes, of a 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
But no, I think that we could have done... It would have been nice to see more with Venom. I mean, there's some other, character... I mean, look at the second one. Doc Ock. He got a full movie. And there was... Really, when you think about Spider-Man, who's the most iconic Spider-Man villain?
I mean, the answer is Green Goblin.
But okay, so you got Goblin, Sandman, and Venom all in the same movie. There was too much. It was all shoehorned in. It was almost, you could get the feeling that like Raimi knew, like, this is the last one and I've wanted to do these characters. You could have had standalone movies with each of those different villains.
I'd almost like to see more of divergent timeline comics, like have James Cameron or Ridley Scott do something post Aliens. Like, what would the original plan be to continue that story, or do it with, I keep bringing James Cameron up, do it with Terminator. What would, even though he's getting the rights back, Terminator 2, perfect bookended story. But if you had to, James Cameron, how would you continue that into not Terminator 3?
Would you have liked to have seen it with the Batman movies? If
I was going to say that, or like the Burton Batmans.
Yeah, if like Burton did the third Batman movie instead of Schumacher.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to see what that plan would have been, because originally I think he was supposed to.
I mean, do you think it would have been like Riddler and Two-Face? I mean,
I think it still would have been definitely Two-Face, because I know that was the idea with casting Billy D early on.
Yeah.
And there was talk of a Catwoman movie. That's why she's resurrected at the end.
And we got Halle Berry and Catwoman.
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, I think I might be more interested in.
Do you like
versus
Batman
seeing
Do you like
follow-ups.
Batman Returns better than Batman?
No.
I would agree with you there. I like the original Batman, but
Yeah.
Batman Returns is pretty good. It's darker.
There are weirder aspects of it.
Yeah,
Like that's a Penguin movie.
it
All
is.
about how the Penguin wanted to be mayor,
Cobblepot.
which was a 66 episode where he ran for mayor.
Yes, I played this city like a heart from hell.
But some of the dialogue of that is just so weird. Like that whole like Batman Catwoman weird kiss stuff. Her being licked by cats and coming back from the dead for
You know what's
some
better?
reason.
You know it's better than what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age.
but
and
what's
then-
worse is that is just the I'm looking for.
Oh, that also is.
That was
That's hard to digest.
That's a bad line.
Well, also like in Matrix, Reloaded, when Link walks into his house, where's my pussy? And the kids are there. Hey, free comic book Saturday. Free comic book day's coming up this Saturday.
Oh yeah, that's the thing that's happening. Free Comic Book Day is this Saturday. Big once a year event. I've read a few of them. I haven't had time to go through everything, but there are a few good ones coming out. I think probably the biggie to grab is going to be the Secret Empire tie-in. That's Marvel's last big event for 18 months, or so they say. And I have no reason not to believe them. That just means this event will last 18 months, but
That's a long time.
it won't, I hope. But the Secret Empire tie-in is really good. The Zero issue and issue 1 are out. That book is off to a surprisingly good start. And the tie-in for Free Comic Book Day is really good as well. But that also has it's split in half with the new sensational Spider-Man book that's coming out. Or is it I don't remember. The new Spider-Man book that's coming out. And if you've listened to the show before, they bring something back that made me just so happy. It's like, no, all right. It's right now the main Spider-Man title is dealing with very big stuff. This is supposed to be more kind of street level Spider-Man story, so I'm looking forward to it a lot.
Excellent.
And the Free Comic Book Day preview of it really got me excited about it.
No.
And probably just me. But yeah, that's, Free Comic Book Day this Saturday. Come on out, get your free stuff. All of the comics that are supposed to be out the day I will have. But I would say get there as early as you can to pick up what you want. And then buy some stuff because you feel obligated to because you're taking free things from my store.
Wow.
I'm sorry, have I broken down the process?
I feel like that's like a backhanded free thing. Like, hey, come get free stuff and then give me money.
Like, oh, just the free stuff, huh? That's all you're going to take?
Maybe I should go and you can make it like a big deal. I'll come and do a signing.
There's going to be a free Star Trek The Next Generation book.
Oh, I'm coming to Free Comic Book Day.
That's one I'd like to see because there's a ton of Star Trek books out there, but I'd like to have something that is like definitively canon by the show writers. I'd love to see like the continued stories of those. I mean, it's been done a bunch of times, but I'd like to see something done by the guys who worked on the show.
Or like the early stages, like what happens between Viridian 3 and First Contact.
I think I'd be more interested in seeing post. Like, we got to read that Countdown story that supposedly counts as canon,
Yeah,
which I really liked. I like seeing everyone doing a new thing.
it was kind of cool.
But more of that.
So
Sorry, I went back to my thing.
That's
Okay,
fine.
continuing with the plugs, I suppose.
yeah, so Free Comic Book Day, and that's at the store. Where is the store?
210 Water Street in beautiful downtown Hollowell, except for this Saturday where it's supposed to rain.
It's supposed to rain There's supposed to get like 3 inches of rain this weekend.
Look, I'm not giving out
Maybe
those...
it'll be Free Comic Book Day and rapid rides in the Kennebec River.
Yeah. They're only out on that day, so come in anyway. But you can find the show over on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. If you want to get the show a day early, head over to patreon.com/editorsnotecomics, where you will get this show a day early. My other show, The Buffy Back Issue Bin, a whole week early. And
All for $1.
I think next week, and boy,
We're stretching.
I should have tried tonight. I didn't, because I have to find all the equipment again. I think we're going to try and have a video podcast next week.
Guardians of the Galaxy reaction. Review.
The full podcast.
Full podcast.
I
Us
think.
here with the microphone and the...
Yeah, then we'll just have... I'll take the audio from here and put it over the video so it sounds better.
Well, good luck.
Yeah, I'm going to try. But I think next week we'll have this podcast in video
So that
form.
means I can't be naked next week?
I'd prefer it if you weren't. I don't really care.
Well,
It's not technically going on YouTube, so I think you'd be fine. It's just
For
on
us.
Patreon.
special Patreon viewers, Well, I mean, you usually don't talk about me being naked during the show anyway. I feel most comfortable this way.
It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I put a little towel down on your couch so it's not my bare ass on your couch.
I mean, this is the studio couch. It's not even the good couch. I got derailed. I don't know. The show is other places. I'm sure you can find me.
Yes.
Just go to the website. All the stuff is there.
Mm-hmm.
Literally everything. Boy, that's a poorly designed website.
You should get to work on that.
I really don't want to start over. That's the problem.
Well, laziness.
It took a while.
Oh, well, it's the beginning.
It's serviceable. It's just not good.
We can work on it together. It'd be a friend project.
No, I don't want to go back to it.
Oh,
It
I thought you were going
takes
to say,
so
no, I don't
long.
want to work with you on a friend project.
It took so long to make.
Let's stop bitching about making your website and plug me.
I also did it 2 years ago and I'm complaining. I know I did it 2 years ago because my renewal's up this month.
Oh, yeah, I got to pay that bill. Ha! Well, since you won't plug me, I will. Actually, that sounds terrible.
No, please continue.
You can find me on Twitter at JuniorRich.
Indeed, you can. We'll be back next week to review Guardians of the Galaxy in front of a camera.
Volume 2.
Well, volume 1 of us being on camera.
I've come up with our tagline to end the show.
Okay, because we don't have one yet.
Time to bounce.
Oh my, that's a story that will never be told.